who's hit by O'Reilly. Boucher is hit by Forbes, and Forbes going out, and Boucher flattened Forbes with a right and a big pile up here. We could have a third man in here. Determination of Ron Wicks. Who is the third man? Boy, they got about 8. Everybody's in on this one.
Well, O'Reilly crashed into the boards down here onto the right of or left of Maniago, and then Forbes took Boucher hard into the boards in the opposite corner. And it looks like Boucher dropped his gloves very quickly and started swinging. And Dallas Smith moved in, but he moved in to intercept, I think, Hicks. Now, whether Hicks will get the third man in or whether it'll be Dallas Smith remains to be seen, but we had a real set-to right there for a moment as everybody piled in all at once. And we'll have to see how the referee, Ron Wicks, rules this. The penalties will come at 8 minutes, 22 seconds of the first period.
There's Forbes hitting Boucher, and watch this right. Bang! There's the best right of the year so far, Boucher and Forbes, and that brought everybody in. Who is the third man, though? That is the question. And they pick one of them. Who would you select?
Well, I'll tell you, Fred, the Bruins are going to get some additional penalties here because Forbes was being called for a minor infraction. Whether it was that elbow or not, I don't know. Whether it was boarding. And then the fight occurred, so it could be 5, 5, and 2. Forbes with 2. Now there's the play again. Forbes has a habit of turning into the player and moving that elbow up, sort of as some kind of protection, and maybe he caught Boucher with the elbow. That's Sims moving in. Dallas Smith was also there.
John, just a guess here that O'Reilly, as we looked at that replay, John Donnelly is our director, giving us these fine replays. He might have picked O'Reilly as the third man in, and that's the way they've been doing it this year. Another look at it. Who is the third man in? We know it's Boucher and Forbes for the fight. 20 is Reed, 16 Drouin, 11 is Savard, and here comes O'Reilly. Here's 24. Look at him, and he could well get it.
I think you're right, Fred. It looks like it's O'Reilly. There's Forbes in the penalty box.
There's a break in the action with the score of Austin.
In front of the, just in front of the penalty box.
Forbes and Boucher as they came out.
Really going at it as they came out of the penalty box, and Boucher is hurt. He's down on the ice, and we got to have a delay here as Boucher and Forbes went at it, and now it's number 4 Aarons, who has not seen action tonight, going after Forbes. Broderick is out of his net, as is Maniago. And we've got a real Donnybrook going here as Boucher seems to be badly hurt just off the center ice face-off circle as Forbes and Boucher came out of the penalty box.
Going back to the penalty, it was, and Vadnais now jamming a bit. And Wicks trying to keep control as the Minnesota trainer comes quickly to the aid of Henry Boucher. Boucher and Forbes have served 7 minutes in total penalties and could not come out until that 7 minutes and then a whistle. And we just had the whistle when it was called. They both came off the bench, and Forbes went right after Boucher. I took my eye off it then.
Well, I did too at the start, Fred, but I think that Boucher's head hit the ice. He was face down, and Forbes was on top of him. Now, whether he tried to get up and Forbes put his weight on top of him or not, I don't know, but it looked to me like Boucher's forehead hit the ice, and that's maybe where he's cut. But we've got a stretcher now on the ice, and they are lifting Boucher onto the stretcher, as you can see right at center ice, where Forbes and Boucher were involved in an altercation at 8:22 of this period, and they went into the penalty box for 7 minutes each. And just as they stepped on the ice, the play was going down into the Minnesota end. I did not see them come out, but then they started to throw punches at each other, and it looked like Forbes got on top of Boucher. He was face down, and maybe that his forehead hit the ice as he was making an effort to get up.
John, we'll have an update on the condition of Boucher as he's being taken off in a stretcher, and of course, he's one of the native Minnesota players acquired from Warroad, Minnesota, acquired from Detroit in a trade for Danny Grant, and a very popular player, understandably, here.
Well, Bobby Orr still has 2 minutes, 34 seconds to serve on his 5-minute flashing penalty. He went off with Hextall, who was caught for holding at 12:28. Hextall's penalty has expired, and but Orr still has that 2 minutes, 34 seconds. We'll have to wait and see how this one is called.
What kind of a penalty do you call now when they both came out tangled? And I am not an eyewitness to it, but you could see them, you know, go at center ice, looking down at the puck. We had the whistle, and I failed to see it, but obviously Forbes clobbered him.
Well, I think it's very difficult, Fred, from up here to determine just what the assessment is going to be as far as the referee is concerned. Carrying Boucha off on a stretcher, of course, doesn't help Forbes' case in the matter.